Hey guys, today we are going to be doing a little short core workout. It's going to be short and sweet. We're going to do a little bit of side lying for transverse and obliques, do some planking, and then we'll finish off with a little bit of bridging at the end just to get some stretching through those hip flexors after doing the core. So we're going to start side lying. I have the ball and I have ankle weights on. You totally don't need to have these. You can just do it without any props if that works for you today. So we're going to start on our side. Our knees are going to be bent at a diagonal. We're going to have our hips in line with our feet. And everything else will be in line. Shoulder and elbow are going to be in line as well. We're going to start. You can just have the ball placed here. You don't have a lot of weight on it. We're just going to use it later, so I want you to have it there. So you can have your hand here just on top of the ball. We're going to take this top leg and you're going to start to open it up into a clam and close. So we're just starting with a simple clam, keeping the heels squeezed together. It's a little bit hard with the ankle weights to do that, so just make sure feet are staying together as you open and close this clam. Good. If at any point your neck starts to hurt, you can always take your head and look down towards the floor. But for now, I'm going to keep mine up. Using our breath here. Making sure that you're lifting through this side body, this core on the side that's down especially, not just sinking down. Making sure we're lifting that up to activate the core here. Last two. Last one. We're going to start to alternate, so you're going to go open, then you're going to lift this top leg up and drop it back down. Keeping the heels together, you're going to open that leg up and then take the whole leg off of that bottom leg. Set it back down. Just alternating between the two movements. Making sure that core stays active here. Don't place too much weight in this ball, making sure it's super, super light. You're almost just holding it there. Good. Last two. Last one. We're going to hold that clam open. Heels are squeezed together. Tiny pulses back. Just squeezing through that glute. Core is active here. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. You're going to take your knees, tap your knees together, open up, and then tap your heel. Tap your knees and tap your heels. Good. So you're internally rotating and then externally rotating it open to tap that heel. Good. Last 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. You're going to set that down for a second, pat out that hip. You're going to take this top leg off the bottom leg. We're going to point the toe today. You're going to bring knee in line with your hip, keeping that core long here, so not crunching in too far. You're going to do a tiny lift and then bring it back in. So you're pressing it out, tiny lift, bringing it back in. Toes a little pointed here today. Good. Last 3, 2, last one. You're going to hold it there, tiny pulses. Three, 2, 1. We're going to start to sweep that leg forward, flex the foot, bring it back in line with the body. Sweep the leg forward with a pointed toe, in line with that opposite knee. Good, just at a slight diagonal here. Keeping your hips in line with each other. So keeping that top hip back. Don't let it rock forward as your leg comes forward. Good. Last 2. Last one. You're going to hold at that diagonal. Tiny pulses up at that diagonal. Last thing here. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Place that knee down. Pat out that hip for a second. Awesome job. Okay, let's go take a little figure 4 stretch. Stretching out that left hip here, pressing that left knee out to get a deeper stretch. You can pull that right leg in. Good, and then we're gonna switch over into a plank before we switch sides. Okay, so for the planking today, we're gonna take the ball, you're gonna bring it in between your ankles. We're gonna do a little externally rotated planking. So we're gonna go here. If you're ready, you can press up into a full plank. You can also always take this modified plank position and join us from there. So you're gonna press up into this full plank position, pulling that core up. We're gonna press back, knees are gonna be externally rotated into like a frog position, and then press out into that full plank, squeezing the inner thighs together. Good. Little spiders coming to join us today. If you know me, you know that I hate spiders. This is not a fun thing for me to see. Good. Last two. Last one. You're going to hold out in that plank, tiny squeezes in on the ball. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Dropping those knees down. Sit back into a child's pose. Good. You're going to roll back. We're going to come into a full. Just lift up here. Activate your core before you come back into that child's pose. So you're going to roll through the body, come forward into that modified plank, and then you can drop down and get that arch into your back if that feels good for you. Connect in the core, bringing that core back up before you sit back into that child's pose. Good, let's take one more. Good, wiggle out through the hips. Okay, perfect. Let's take the ball. We're gonna switch over to the other side. Then we'll finish with a little bridging. So we're gonna go onto this opposite side. You're sitting up onto that elbow. Elbow and shoulder are in one line together. Remember, you're just putting a light weight on top of that ball. You have your knees at a slight diagonal. Your feet are in line with your hips, and everything else is in line here. We're gonna start with just those clams. So you're keeping those heels squeezed together. You're just opening up, making sure we're activating through this core. This is the biggest piece of this movement. If this isn't active, we can't start to move this leg. So let's make sure that our core is being pulled up here. You're not just letting it drop like this, okay? Activate through the core, and that'll activate through this side, and this whole core will start to activate as well. As you're working this as well, this side is helping control this leg movement. Getting those transverse abs here. Last 3, 2. Last one, you're going to start to alternate. So you're opening up, and then you're taking that full leg up. Keeping the heel together, and then taking the full leg up. Good. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. You're going to keep that leg open, tiny pulses back here. Good. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Patting out that hip. We're going to take that top leg off. You're pointing the toe here. You're going to bring knee in line with your hip. You're pressing it out. Lift and lower, and then bring it back in. Keeping that core long here. Good. Last 3, 2, last 1. Good. You're going to press that leg out long, tiny pulses there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to point that toe, bring it out to that diagonal, flex the foot, bring it back in line with the body. We're keeping it low here. So you're not hiking that leg up too much. You're just bringing it forward and then bringing it back. Ooh, it's starting to rain. Good. Last 3, 2, and 1. Keeping it at that diagonal. We're doing tiny pulses. Keeping that right hip pulled back here. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Good. Taking this figure 4 stretch on this side. Bringing that knee in. Pressing that knee that's over the top out. Good. Whew, we're going to finish just in time before this storm. Awesome job, you guys. Okay, do a little bridging before we finish. We're going to take the ball again. We're working with this externally rotated position today. We're going to go knees a little bit slightly externally rotated, okay? Going into this bridge, you're going to press up, rolling through your spine, inhaling at the top, and then exhale, roll through your spine as you come back down. So you're tucking all the way down and then inhale back into that neutral position. So you're tucking first, then starting to roll up through your spine. Inhale at the top and then exhale, slowly start to come back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, setting it down. Inhale at the bottom in that neutral. Good. So you're activating that core to help you move through this bridge. Good. Let's do a couple more here. Last 3. 2. Last one, you're going to hold up at the top. You're going to bring your knees together and then open them back up. So you're bringing the knees into parallel, so they're not together, but you're squeezing those inner thighs and then opening the legs back up. Large raindrops are falling onto my face right now, so hopefully we get through this video. Good. Last 3. 2. Last one, you're going to hold that externally rotated position. Tiny pulses out. Last 3, 2, 1. You're going to hold that slight squeeze with the inner thighs, but you're still externally rotated. Tiny pulse down and bring the hips back up. Pulse down, bring them back up. Pressing through those heels. Last thing here. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen the arms overhead, and then slowly roll back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. You're going to hug those knees into your chest, rock side to side. Awesome job, you guys. And take a little twist here. You're going to bring your right leg over the top, looking over towards that right shoulder. Good. Bringing it back to center. Hug the knees into the chest one more time. And take another twist opposite way. Awesome. Okay. So that was a little, just quick 15 minutes. If you want to add it to a run or something like that. I love kind of just doing a little like core series if I decide I'm doing like a running day. So that's a perfect little workout for something like that. Or if you just don't have a ton of time, you're traveling, you just want to get a little bit of core in. So you got some glutes in there. Really everything is full body with this Pilates, but you know, focusing on those transverse abs, focusing on those outer thighs, inner thighs today, and some glute work. So we've got a lot of stuff going on quick for 15 minutes, and I hope you guys liked the workout. I'll see you next time.